This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hello everybody. This is a very tough video to do. This was something I was going to do live, but I think I would have got distracted with the comments and some of the other things, and I just don't want to do that. I'm not that guy that has to stick out in the mud. I'm not the guy to take pictures from a hospital bed going, oh hey folks, don't worry about me, I'm here. Let me make sure I get this on Instagram and also Twitter and to all my Discord followers as well. No. Life's a funny thing. It doesn't play fair, folks. Okay? It doesn't play fair. All right? 3 years ago, I was probably the most healthiest guy on the planet. For my age, people will ask you, you don't look your age. You don't do this, you don't do that. Well, it's funny what a couple years and some things can do to you. And that's why I'm here today, okay? I want to thank everybody that has followed me over the past 6 years. You realize that the life of a YouTuber, okay, particularly a board game YouTuber, is 1 to 3 years. And then they get frustrated and they leave. You have, some people that really become successful and are really good oil, snake oil salesmen, okay? And that can fool you and get you to drop a few dimes to their patrons so they don't have to work and they can eat cheeseburgers and play games all day. If that's what you want to do, God bless you. God bless you. P.T. Barnum said there's a sucker born every moment. And then there's just really great people, okay, that are the foundation of board gaming. And I can't help but always think of Aldi. I can't help but think of Rodney Smith, who big influence. And of course, there is only one guy that I can think of that, if you really think about it, why is this the guy, after 15 years of doing this and continually leading the field, why isn't Tom Vassell in the Hall of Fame? I mean, Rodney should go there. I agree with that one too. And Aldi too, for Board Game Geek. Those three names should be in the Hall of Fame. Origins, I don't know what you're doing, but Richard Launius belongs there too. And Herman Lutman. But that's only because he's my pal and I think he's great. But no, he's done great work, please. And for me to have been able to do this for the amount of time that I've done this, 6 years now. 6 years. And I've enjoyed a lot of it. Some of it I've been frustrated with and said, I'll never do this again. I made good decisions, I made bad decisions, but no matter how you did it, I did it my way. And don't play the Frank Sinatra, but I've done things my way. So, today I come to you very humbly and I thank you for your support, your kindness. Those of you that have helped us raise money for charity, over $370,000 we've given to charity over the years. Directly, indirectly, however we've done it, we've done some fantastic work in all those years. And we've helped Tom's charities. We've done so many things, and I'm so proud of what we've done. We've helped a lot of you, okay, that were in trouble, that couldn't pay your rent or your car payments or your mortgages, or you couldn't get Christmas presents for your kids. We sent boxes of games and toys. My wife shopping endlessly and sending whatever we could. For me, this has been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. And it's also been one of the hardest things I've ever done. You know, I've always been an athlete all my life, and things have come very easily for me athletically. And the funny thing about it is, and I said this in the podcast, when you play something athletically, if you miss a shot and you hook it the wrong way, or you swing and you miss at a ball, or you drop a ball, or any of those things, there's one person to blame. That's you. Okay? You can blame yourself. Okay? And when you hit the ball farther than anybody else, and when you make a remarkable thing, you can also pat yourself on the back too. It all comes down to you. This is the one thing that I did that was incredibly hard for me. You know, I can hit the ball, I can run fast, I can do all these other wonderful things, lift more weight than other people, all those other things, to the point where it became boring. This was always a challenge because it had to do with the one thing that nobody realized. Okay? And nobody realizes that sometimes it just comes down to you. Are you likable enough? 15 people can make videos about the same game. Okay? But which one reaches and touches you and moves you and gives you a legitimate a feel for a game? You have to decide out of 20 people which one is going to make a decision. Maybe you watch 3 of those people. What happens to the other 17? Well, out of those 20 people that maybe made that video on that particular subject, how many of them were getting paid by the company? How many didn't like the game but want to stay in business? You had to figure that out. So how do you get across to people who you are, what you are? And the barometer is subscriptions and views, whether they liked you or not. It was a popularity contest. And that, for me, is not something that I was ever very good at. Yet I had a passion for this. And the people that I was able to reach and move, it was something special for me to do. It was something that when I was able to, the one thing I was always good at was just being me. Whether you liked me, hate me, didn't agree with me, or agreed with me. I was always me. I wasn't fake. I wasn't phony. I wasn't trying to sell you something. Okay? I wasn't trying to get you to do all these things and, sit in the background and get some cash under the table. Okay? I legitimately told you how I felt and did things the way I felt I could. Okay? And tried not to make it about me, but make it about the game and how I can cross. And that wasn't always easy. It was never easy. Now, unfortunately, I'm not doing well physically. And like everybody else, we all have a timer, okay? And mine is ticking, unfortunately. And my time in front of the camera, I think, is very, very limited. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go boo-hoo, and I'm sorry for a little pause in the video, but my grandson was screaming bloody murder. But, in all honesty, I'm not doing too hot. I don't have to go into it. I'm not here for oh, please get what, who knows? Hopefully we can. But, the way things are, the chances are very slim. Well, you never know. So there's been some change of plans here at the channel. Number one, I have a whole bunch of videos all the way planned to, I believe, almost April 17th. I'm going to shorten those up and start playing more of those on the weekends. just to get them out of the way, because some of them are even from the old house, believe it or not, because I push them off and I'll fit videos in and stuff like that. But I'm going to start doing things and making less videos, a lot less videos. And now, what does this mean for people that want me, as far as Kickstarters, companies that support this channel? You send me stuff, I'm going to make a video. It's just you're not going to see me in the video anymore, number one. I'm going to try to go as long as I can. When I feel I can't make any more videos, I will write those companies and say, please do not send anything anymore. But until then, please continue to send the stuff. It really, especially now, is going to help, okay? When I've got to divert funds other places. One thing I've planned on doing was bringing back an old friend to kind of get in front of the camera and have some fun with you. You guys remember this guy, right? Well, I plan on doing a Blood Bowl tournament, and we've got a few other kind of sporty kind of board games that we're going to be doing, and play-by-play wrestling things I can do, I think, and have some fun and not be in front of the camera. Live stuff is, I've got one, next week I've got a couple of interviews that I'll be in front of the camera that I will be doing. I've already taped a couple things that should take me for another couple of weeks. But after that, it's when I do reviews, you'll no longer see me. And there's a reason for that. As I start to deteriorate, I don't want people looking and going, hey, what's going on with Rob? And not getting the message of the game. So from this point forward, me making things going forward, and you'll kind of start to see that transition. I'll be behind the camera, and as long as my voice can go, I will continue to do what I can. And then, when it's time, it'll just stop. And the people that need to know that it'll stop will be, the people that send things. I don't want you to send me something that I can't do, okay? But I'll make sure I know those people. I mean, I have a lot of exciting things that I want to go out with my boots on. I got Roger Deering, a very good friend, Dungeon Crusade. He has some solo Crusader rules that he's going to do, and he's going to walk us through it while I can't. I become very winded and have a tough time. He's going to help me. We're going to do it live here on the channel. It may very well be one of the last live things I do. I might do maybe one or two more live things, but you won't see me. And, for me, that's hard, because I like being in front of the camera and looking you in the eye and telling you how I truly felt. But as things get worse, I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about the games. I want you to be able to come here and get away from things. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'm an old man. I've said this before, that gaming has meant a lot to me, okay? And it's kind of funny, the other day I was really thinking of something that someone had wrote, and they were kind of rude, because I had decided to venture out into different types of games, to broaden my spectrum, while I can still do certain things and maybe paint a little bit. I know there's some people out there that I'm still finishing up with that old patron stuff. I can't believe I've done over 2,000 things, and I've only got less than a handful. I'll take care of you. I promise you that. Or if something should happen, I have strict instructions for the things to make sure that they get back to certain people. So have no fear. The other thing that we might do if things get bad is, I can't take all this with me, believe it or not, and I may make it available to you guys at a good price which will help raise some funds for my family and stuff like that. And I will keep certain things that I want to be handed down to my family and to my grandchildren and stuff like that. And we'll sell the rest. We'll sell it all. And we'll have a good time doing it too, because we'll put it in the hands of people that appreciate it. And for me, that means a lot. And I've got a lot of painted stuff that I hand painted. And it might mean something to somebody. Who knows? The other thing is, I've got a couple of interviews I want to do. I want to make sure I get those in. They're Holy Grail interviews. We were supposed to do Geek Gamer this week. She got tied up, so we're going to try to fit it in next week while I can. We also had Liz that we were supposed to do, but because I had to go see the specialist urgently, that got canceled. We'll get that in there. And there's a couple other people I want to really get here for you. I hope they'll do it for me. And if not, that's all right. That's okay too. People get busy. This, for me, has, again, I can't thank you enough. But, I'm going to continue to do a series that I'm going to interchange games, because I'm going to try to get as much done as I can. You're going to see a significance fall off. I'm sorry. I just don't have the strength that I used to. There's a couple other things I got to talk about. But it's kind of funny. Some guy said, "Oh, well, you brought back Hero Quest and you said you don't want to play it anymore. I don't think I can trust one of your reviews." Well, moron. Okay? And I'm going to call you a moron. That's not what I said. Okay? And it just shows me how much people just don't watch things. Like, people may watch 10 minutes of this or 2 minutes of this and go, "Oh, I think I got the gist of it," and make a comment that makes no sense. Watch the whole video if you're going to watch it, or don't watch it at all. It doesn't matter to me either way. What am I going to do? Feel bad? You're going to make me stop streaming or making videos? I'm kind of going to stop anyways. There may be people that are happy to see me go. There may be people that maybe don't want me to go. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? Anything can happen. I'm just going to keep going until I can't go. Okay? But there has to be drop off, because I don't feel anything here anymore. There is this just pain all the time that's overwhelming. Even as I'm doing this, I'm in a lot of pain. But I'm trying to get this point across as best as I could. Gen Con, on the other hand, folks, is absolutely out of the question. It's just not advisable for me to travel. I just don't foresee it unless something miraculously changes, which could happen, hopefully, as things go forward. We'll see how it all plays out. What I do want to do is my very first gaming convention. Besides those Mickey Mouse ones in the 70s and 80s, which weren't very good. My first real gaming convention was the Dice Tower. There was only a couple hundred people. And I like to end on a good note this year. In 2023, I'm going to be at Dice Tower East at least 4 out of the 5 days. I'm going to do everything in my power to get there and be inconspicuous and just go about my business and do my own thing. And I got off track of that moron, but I'll get to it. But something, Tom ran an incredible convention that I have so many wonderful memories. It's where this channel got its start, with the Death Star, auctioning that off. I didn't think anybody would buy it. Some people bought it, and for me, it was moving, because I was able to help his charity, and that's what just inspired me to just really go hard, and I did what I could, and I did my best. And for the next 3 years after that, I was with Tom Vassell, and I learned so much from one of the most brilliant minds out there, and all the wonderful people around him. Great people. Yes, even you, Jason. smart people and good people. And listen, I don't know what the future holds, but I like that to be my last convention. And hopefully I'm well enough to do it, but that is my game plan. That's what I'm shooting for. And I just, for the first time, I go into one of those things instead of trying to tape a whole bunch of stuff. I think I'm just going to go and spend some time, play some games, go to some auctions, give back to some of the charity. I know he has this charity auction and then the flea market, and just have some fun. Have some fun. And enjoy myself. That'd be nice. That'd be a great way to go out. That's for doggone sure. Gen Con, I just think too much. So that's, if you're going to the Dice Tower, you like to stop by, and if you see me, if you can find me, because I'm going to be hiding, I'm more than welcome to say hello to you, and I hope you will say hello. On the other hand, like I said, one of the things that I do want to keep going is that interchange when I'm pulling things out as I experiment things. And like I said, some people think when I put a game away that I hate that game. Hero Quest is one of my favorite games. It got dated, it got old. And I put it to you like this, okay? It's kind of like that Rush album that I listen to all the time. After a while, it gets old. Does it mean it's not my favorite album of all time? No, you put it away for a while, and then when you take it out, it's like new again. The same thing with Hero Quest. How can I miss you if you don't go away? How can I? I'm right? Okay. So this guy is like, oh, well, I can never trust your reviews. No, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of Shadows of Brimstone. Does it mean that it's out of my top 20 games of all time? No. I'm just tired. I want to do something else. I want to bring other stuff in here. Play other stuff. I put my Rush albums away. I'm now listening to Fire of the Gods. There's a song, 1,000 Lifetimes, and it's very apropos for this moment. There's a line in that song, and it just, it really hits home. How long can I stand and fight? Which I'm wondering. And I've lived, I forget it, I paid the price of 1,000 lifetimes. And I feel I've done that through my service and through, I think I've used up all 9 lives. And I'm using up the 10th one soon. But it's been an incredible ride. So my thank yous to all of you that watch and continue to watch and will stick by. I hope you do. I really do, because I have a lot to say before it's over. And you're just not going to see me in front of this camera once I get caught up with all the videos. Got to give it a month of turnover, I think, and you'll start seeing that I'm behind the camera more. But don't stop sending stuff, people. Don't stop asking me to do things. I will try to help you as best as I can in whatever way I can. We're going to have some tournaments. We're going to have some wrestling. We're going to have some soccer. We're going to have some live plays, dungeon crawls. I'm just not going to be in front of the camera. And you're not going to have, 6 videos a week, maybe 1 or 2. Again, how can you miss me if I don't go away? And if I go away permanently, hey, it's been a great ride, and I thank you for that. So, for me, this is kind of a goodbye from in front of the camera. I still got a few more things to do, some interviews and some other things. But after those things are done, we'll be moving on. Now, I've got some really great stuff coming up this week. I hope you'll watch the rest of the week. I may try to do a live video, my last live video, as far as live vlog on Sunday. I think that one will be Sunday morning, and then that way at least I've said everything now, and I don't have to say anything there. We'll just talk about games and stuff. And then when I sign off, I think that'll be as far as the last vlog I'll do. The podcast, as long as my voice keeps up, I will do my best to keep that going for as long as I can. And again, the videos, I'll do what I can for as long as I can. And that's all I can do. All right? I hope you'll stick with me. All right? If you want to leave, hey, I understand that too. There's a lot better people out there. But for those of you that stay and believe in the message and believe in what I'm doing, thank you so much. So, as always, it's your old pal Rob saying thank you so much for everything, and goodbye for now, folks.